Hi, this is Ben from Turn Sounds, and putting a DVD in a VHS player just won't work. Hello, welcome to Just Keep Walking. This is a podcast focused on the Walking Dead TV show, just talking about the show we love, and today we're about to go live with another fan page called Henry Deserved Better. And hey, that's true. Henry did deserve better. I think a lot of us can agree on that. So yeah, we're going to invite him in a minute. I'm just going to, chat, welcome you to the show before that gets going. So Just Keep Walking is produced by Turn Sounds. We host a pile of other podcasts. We got a Star Wars one, there's like a fitness and well-being one by two people who know a lot more about that than I do. Hey Nissa, how's it going? And all sorts of things. So pretty much, if you want to get in touch with us, head to turnsounds.com, or you can message us on this page or anywhere, and we'd love to hear from you. So just going to invite him in now. So let's talk about Henry for a minute then. Hey, you've called the page Henry Deserves Better. What was the main reason behind that one?
Well, I've had a lot of people don't necessarily like him, and I can see why, but he was just like a kid trying to live his life. He didn't mean to start this whole whisper war thing, and I personally think he always wanted the best for everybody. Like he wanted, he wanted his family to be safe, his friends. He didn't mean for any of this to happen. He wanted to like run away with Lydia so that he didn't bring back any of that trouble. And in the end, he paid the ultimate price.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I agree. Hey, yeah. So, like, some people aren't a big fan. I reckon it's probably just because, like, they weren't happy about Carl dying and that he got the storyline, maybe.
A lot of people, they thought he was, like, the replacement for Carl. And I personally thought, I don't think he was. I think he was obviously the replacement for the Lydia love story. But I think he was there to show how good of a person he was. And I think they proved by him being not the replacement for Carl by killing him off. Meaning if they kept him alive, he probably would have been the replacement.
Right, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Hey. Imagine that's Aaron adopting him or something, because Aaron looks exactly like Rick from the comics, and that just replaced the storyline. But yeah, no, you're right. Hey, it's only parts of the story, really.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Well,
yeah.
I like to ask just to get a gauge of what people are a fan of. If you had to pick a favorite, maybe 2 or 3 seasons, what would you go for? And then a couple of favorite characters as well.
All right. So my favorite seasons and characters. So my favorite seasons, I would say, are season 6, 9, and 10. And then my favorite characters would probably be, and I'm going to be cliche with this, Rick. I really loved Henry, obviously, and I really like Negan just because of his personality, and he's able to make a joke out of what they're living in, making a laugh out of the littlest things.
Yeah, true. Okay, awesome. Yeah, solid. So, I like that you're a fan of the newer stuff, hey. And I think most people who've stuck around all this time. It's just that lots of people sort of stopped around season 7 and haven't given it another chance, hey.
Right. I mean, I can understand that, but I'd say, obviously, I've seen the way. I don't think it's bad now. I think it's very different, but I wouldn't say it's gone downhill per se. I mean, with Rick leaving, that obviously was a big, it wasn't that good. And then when Michonne left too, that didn't really help the situation. But I think the show, they know what they're doing. They know how to. That's why they made the final season. It's a perfect way to end. Perfect. Yeah, one last season. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
What have you thought about season 10 overall? We can pretty much call it a complete season, hey, because the next few coming up just bonus episodes, really.
Yeah, exactly. Season 10, I really liked how, I know a lot of people wanted more action per se with this whisper war, but I liked how it was more of I would maybe call it more of a sneaky kind of fight versus the full on all out war. It was kind of with Dante as a spy, and they got Gamma, and like all those little things that when Negan killing Alpha, but he was pretending to be a Whisperer. It was all little things that they didn't see coming. And that's it was more of like, what would you call it? Maybe like a Cold War kind of thing where they had spies on the inside, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. No, they definitely
Yeah.
like, especially in the first episode and really the whole first half of the season, they definitely like drew a lot of Cold War comparisons, saying like they've got a nuclear weapon and all this stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
similar. Hey, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
that's cool. And obviously, always good to stay on the positive side. But if you had any like major criticisms for season 10, is there anything that stands out that you weren't a big fan of?
There are a couple. I think the first one I'm gonna say, I know Dominic said it in the live with you, but
yeah, right.
The Negan versus Beta, man.
Oh.
Like where did it go?
Absolutely.
Like, come on. That let me think. I really liked season 10. I didn't like how there weren't as many main character deaths in the finale. Like they've been hyping this finale up for a while now, and all we really got was Beta. We got Beatrice, but she was kind of a small character. Like they needed to have maybe Luke, maybe Jules die too. Like they needed a couple more characters. Because this was like a certain doom. Because Andrea was supposed to get her comic death. Gabriel was supposed to die.
Interesting.
They didn't die.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to that. But other than that, I really liked how they did season 10. I loved the cave. I loved when Beta went to Alexandria, Dante. I loved how they changed Dante's like role in the show.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
I thought that was really creepy, and I thought he was right there, like as a whisperer.
Yeah,
I really liked
Dante's a funny one. Hey, what did you think of him like before the reveal? Because I don't know, lots of people really didn't like him, and I was kind of, to be honest, like for a while when he was like when he told the war story to Sadiq and stuff like that, I was like, he's a bit weird, but I'm kind of liking this guy. He was growing on me.
So when I read the comics before like season 10, so I knew he was gonna probably get with Maggie. But when he first came in, he was talking to Sadiq, like he was just saying like, there you are, and he's like saying like he's like we're like gods in the apocalypse. He was just the tone of his voice, the way he was looking at him, there was just something off and weird about him, but I couldn't figure it out. I was like, maybe he's just awkward. Maybe he has something like Eugene, you know? Eugene's kind of weird. Maybe he's just like
That's
that. But
true.
I never suspected him to be a spy. That threw me off.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that was awesome how they did that, though.
Absolutely, yeah. And I really like the idea that, you know, he wasn't really very good at socializing, or wasn't in touch with how people really talk. And so he was just trying way too hard, and so he's saying all these weird things, like trying to fit in, but it's just like kind of a little bit off. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and it kind of shocks me too that Lydia never recognized him as a whisperer, you know, in Alexandria. Maybe she just didn't pay attention. I don't know.
Because I think in the flashback when Alpha was sort of sending him in as a spy, she did say, I know that you're new to us, but it really hadn't been that long. Hey, so he must have been really new. Like it must have only just joined them or something.
Yeah, I recall her saying like, my daughter won't recognize you, but knowing Lydia, she knew the guy. Remember the guy that was like,
the guy in the jail cell.
She knew who he was. So how did she not know who Dante was? That's insane.
No, it's a good point. Hey. Definitely.
Yeah, I really liked it though.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
It was a good storyline.
For sure. Yeah. The funniest line was like at the after he had set up the gods thing. It's like, we're like gods in the apocalypse, and then when he walked out of the room, he's like, "See you later, man," or should I say, "See you later, God," or something like that. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he made the crappy jokes, and the only thing that really made me upset was something Sadiq did, was when he found out that Dante was the Whisperer. You notice, like, if you pay attention to their eye contact, when Sadiq looked at him after he heard the like open your eyes thing, the way he was looking at him, the way he was looking at the chair, like he knew, Dante knew that Sadiq knew. Kind of gave himself away by making that facial.
He hesitated for just too long, hey.
Yeah, he couldn't have like changed his facial expression. He could have been like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna go to bed." He just kind of like was ready to attack him. It made
Yeah.
no sense.
Should have like hugged him and then reached for the axe. And
Yeah, yeah. Like they should have like he should have played it off. I don't know. Made me kind of mad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, what do you think of Sadiq then overall and like his death? How'd you feel about
I
that?
know a lot of people have different opinions on his death. I see how they could see like, oh, Carl died for nothing, but
Mm,
he didn't technically die for nothing because Sadiq became a doctor. He
yeah.
taught Enid how to save Aaron's life after he lost his arm. He helped the community for 6+ years as a doctor. He helped a lot of
Mm.
people. So I think Carl never really did die for anything because he helped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And with the 6 year time gap, especially like when you think about it, at least like Sadiq was with the group longer than Rick was with the group, really, which is crazy to think
Yeah, if
about.
you think
But
about it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I liked him a lot. I was sad he died, but it was a character that they made theories about, like, oh, he's gonna die, and I was like, yeah, honestly, I could see that happening, but if he dies, he dies. No, he's just a character. I don't know.
mm,
It was sad though.
yeah, for sure. No, honestly, the
Yeah,
more
but
I watch it, especially like seasons, um, sort of 9 and 10. Well, I know he was only introduced in season 8 anyway, but yeah, Sadiq just really becomes like more and more likable to me. He's definitely in my top 10 characters. He almost sort of took the Glenn role for a while of being the moral compass, trying to convince Michonne to come together with all the other communities and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he definitely had like compassionate side to him that we haven't seen for a while since Glenn.
Mm.
So it really brought out the best in like his daughter Rosita,
Oh yeah.
everybody else. Enid, like Enid loved him, and it was sad when he had to watch like Enid like die in 9/15.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's terrible. Hey.
He's been through it tough. The PTSD definitely didn't help him. I was wondering
Mm.
why he was having PTSD, and it made me think maybe he was the spy. There were theories about Sadiq being the spy.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
all sorts of theories. Hey, I was definitely buying into more the one that like Alpha had made him kill everyone or like chop their heads off or something like that. Not that he wanted to, but had
yeah,
been
yeah.
forced to, and then maybe we'd see a flashback and there'd be a big twist revealed. But they didn't really change too much. Hey.
Right. I was kind of sad with that they didn't show as much barn footage as I thought they would with like the Henry's death, ETR's. Like I kind of
Mm.
wanted to see like heads roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Like
definitely.
I just wanted to see the like traumatic effect of the scene. But
Sure. Yeah, and
it was good
not
though. I
not for
liked
the
it.
sake of gore and violence, just because it's fun, but we're seeing Sadiq really being affected by this PTSD, so it would have helped for the story to sort of really see the raw,
Yeah.
brutal side of it. Hey,
And kind of like add to the emotional concept of having to watch your favorite characters die all over again.
oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. It was good though. I liked it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So later in the month, Isaac and Liam, who host the show with me, we're going to be chatting with Laura Belzy, who is the director of 915, and she's directed a few other episodes as well. And I'm like sort of writing out the questions, and that's one on my list is. Was there any more barn footage that you guys actually shot, or was that it? What we
Yeah,
saw?
yeah. Right.
Because that'd be
I don't
crazy.
think
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. But I noticed like with Enid's like flashback death when she was like in the barn, it didn't necessarily show her face. So maybe it was somebody else, maybe an extra or something.
Yeah, no, that's very possible. Hey, true.
Maybe they didn't want to bring people back, actors. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm not sure to be honest.
Yeah,
But
yeah, no, hard to know. All sorts of crazy behind the scenes stuff that's like, yeah, with the
yeah,
contracts and all
exactly.
that. Hey.
Right, right, right. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh, cool. Well, so you mentioned like wanting to see some more character deaths, particularly in the finale for season 10. Were there any that stand out as particular characters who would kind of be good Not that you want people to die, but are there any that would suit that well?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me think. I think definitely Luke. It was his time to
Mm,
go. I don't see him staying around for much.
okay.
Maybe I could see Kelly maybe dying. Kelly,
Mm,
there's not one that stands out. Like I don't want to kill off too many people, but if I had to pick, let me think. I'm trying to remember who was in that group. Maybe like Dog could have died as part of like an emotional like
oh
animal, like just like
no.
diva. you know, I don't know. Like they should have added more emotional aspect to the finale.
Oh yeah, Ezekiel. That's what Thorgon's just said in the chat. Yeah. I'm very curious to see what they do with Ezekiel. Hey, because it would make sense for him to just go out heroically, and he's got cancer anyway, so he's kind of going to die. But then,
Yeah.
oh, what do you think? Do you think there's a chance that the Commonwealth or whatever's coming up next could have a cure to save him from the cancer? Or
that was definitely my number one theory. But now that I think a lot of fans are thinking that they could put a twist on it, they honestly he skipped his comic death, so he could potentially die.
yeah,
Just like same with Rosita. Rosita, she has like missed death so many times, and either of them could die.
yeah. Oh, that's true. Hey, absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
just I think
there's a
they're
lot of
nervous to kill
characters.
off these
Hey.
characters. Yeah,
So like
it's
it's
just I
tricky
don't know.
because all of them are like they're all great characters. I don't want anyone to die, but in the same strength, that was sort of one of the main criticisms. If I had to think of something for season 10, was just that it's pretty crowded, and so not all the characters really get enough time to shine. There's Aaron and all this
Right,
stuff.
that's
They
exactly what
get
they're
a bit
doing.
of
Yeah,
storyline, but it's like, oh, I kind of want a bit more with this character. But if you do more with them, then other people miss out, and it is quite hard to balance.
exactly.
So,
I don't remember the last time we saw Alden on screen. Like they don't
hmm
really shoot as many like scenes with characters that we want. Like obviously they try and like give enough character each screen time, but
sure,
they have too many characters on like set that they don't have like as much screen time given to them.
sure, yeah, no, absolutely,
Yeah,
hey,
but yeah, no, I was satisfied with the like. I'm gonna be honest, there weren't as many deaths in season 10 as I would like there to be. Like with the hilltop fight, I was expecting a lot more deaths. There weren't
mm.
like they didn't really have any.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would have been a place for it, absolutely. And even the cave as well, like we got two potential deaths and
Yes.
then it turned out they're both alive anyway, so it didn't even
Yeah,
really have
they made us
any.
think, oh, they died.
Yeah. So there's enough
I was hoping that.
stakes but like not quite actual consequences.
Right. Like I was hoping when Kelly was like, hopping across the rocks and they were all like I was hoping maybe she would fall and
Mm.
then like get eaten and that would be like the big death for the cave.
Yeah, sure. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I just they could have done a lot more, but I'm kinda I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to not kill as many characters off since we lost like, Rick, Michonne, Carl, but they
Mm.
gotta kill some more people off, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Hey. Yeah,
I
interesting.
don't know if you like read the comic. Are you a comics fan?
No, I haven't read it, but I have seen like a whole pile of YouTube videos and stuff sort of talking about what happens. So I know the general gist of what happens, but I haven't actually read them.
Right, right, yeah. No, the comics are really good. I understand with like certain people, but like yeah, no, they should have personally they need to I don't know if they'll do it still. I don't know if they still will. They gotta kill off Gabriel. Like he missed
Yeah.
his comic death. I like him now. He's awesome, but he's good with machete, but I don't know. There's just you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just one of those characters that you kinda want to see go.
Yeah, sure. And I definitely like the character. He's been a favorite for a while, but I'm not enjoying as much the grumpy, grumpy Gabriel that's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
coming
yeah,
out in
yeah.
season 10. So I don't know. Yeah, you're right. He's definitely just one of those characters who's there, and it's like, yeah, he's cool, but it wouldn't be a major, major loss if he died.
Right, and the thing was his comic death was almost as gruesome as Glenn's, and they
Right.
skipped out on it, and that's what kind of made me upset. It was very creative. Like I don't know if you know it, but like he
Hanging from the
supposedly
tower or
falls.
something like that.
Yeah, and his guts come out upside down.
Oh.
Walkers eat his body. I wanted to see that on screen, and they didn't. When they named the episode "The Tower,"
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was it, but they I don't know why. I don't know why they skipped out on that.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Ah,
point. Hey, good point.
yeah. Well, I guess they have something else in store for him. Hopefully, it's pretty good, but I don't know. I kind of want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could, because he's really like, he's the head of the council. Hey, so I'm curious, if everyone goes and is merging with the Commonwealth and sort of wherever the story takes us next season, I'm curious how he'll sort of play a role in that, and trying
Right.
to make people work together. And then it's possible that then he could die, just at the wrong time, and someone else has to kind of step up and be in charge. So there's potential for things to happen there, I suppose.
Right, exactly. I was gonna ask, do you think that we're gonna get Sebastian as a next season character?
Oh, I don't know Sebastian actually. Who's that?
Oh, okay. He's the son of the leader of the Commonwealth. The leader is her name's Pamela Milton.
Okay, yeah.
She has a son. He's like a teenager. He's like blondish hair, and he's really rude. He hates Rick's group. He's like, I don't want them here. They don't belong
Okay.
here. They're disgusting. And Rick kind of takes over instead of Pamela's leader and is like, we need things to be a different way because the guards that that live in the Commonwealth kind of like abuse the citizens.
Mm.
It's almost like police brutality in a way. And he kind of takes over saying like, we are the Walking Dead and we need, no, he said, we are not the Walking Dead. We need to come together as one. And after he said that speech, Rick woke up in the middle of the night. Sebastian's in his room with a gun trained on him. And
Oh,
Sebastian kills Rick. He shoots him in the
gee.
middle of the night. So I'm thinking like, are we going to get an antagonist like that? Like, I really hope we do. But
So kind of like Spencer, but a bit more extreme. Hey.
I would say it's a mix of Spencer mixed with Ron's age. Also like
Okay.
Ron. Like he's a little like he's a little jerk. Like he's not very nice.
Yeah, interesting.
But
I don't know, hey, because obviously it's all got to be so different. From what I understand, the comic storyline with the Commonwealth, it really revolves heavily around Rick. So they're gonna have to do something pretty different already.
right.
Yeah,
I hope they don't skip out on that, but they potentially could replace another character with Rick dying. That could be another
sure.
character
Yeah,
like
100%.
Aaron, Negan. Maybe not Daryl because he has a spinoff, but
Yeah, true, true.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
If there's anything you wanted to chat about, just in general, anyway, like go for it. As far as just this live goes, I haven't planned heaps, so we can just talk about anything really. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask. Oh yeah, I really like your setup, like your mic setup.
Oh, thank
Where'd you
you.
like get it?
This is actually my brother's mic, so he's into music, and I just borrow it from him whenever, whenever I'm
Okay.
recording here. When we're recording like a full show with Isaac and Liam, who do the podcast with me, we'll do it at Isaac's house, and he's got a more of a permanent setup. But yeah, I just borrow my
Oh.
brother's one when doing stuff at home.
Do you how do you like? Because I kind of am interested in podcasting, and I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe that'd be something I want to get into. How did you start getting into it? And how did you like become so big?
Yeah, so my mate Isaac, he's really into Star Wars, so he kind of started us off with another show we do called Astromech, and that's every week we just talk about Star Wars, and we got a pile of segments we do. So that kind of like it took. Listening back now to the first few episodes, it's like really bad. So it took us a while to
Yeah.
like get into the groove of okay, how to make an actual interesting conversation and stuff like that. but
Right.
um,
Right.
but yeah, essentially just felt like having an outlet for talking about these things that we were really passionate about and enjoyed, and so we just kind of went for it and gradually built it as it went. And yeah, then a little bit later for Walking Dead, I was just like, hey, I'm really into Walking Dead, and after each episode, we'd kind of chat for like 5 minutes, but it was like there was always more that we wanted to talk about, and so yeah, just to have a place to actually get that out, yeah, it's really cool. So that's kind of the main reason. We didn't do it to get super big or anything. It was more just, hey, let's do it for fun, and then see where it goes.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and I still wouldn't call
Yeah,
us like a big podcast or anything. We don't really get many followers or views or anything, but we just do it for fun. Hey.
nice. So you usually do it off of so you just do it off of Instagram accounts, correct? Like on your lives? Is that what you do it off of?
For the main ones, we more so record them and then we'll edit and put them up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff. But I've been getting more into Instagram lately. Yes.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. It seems fun because I love talking about like this stuff. And I was thinking of starting small, like Instagram, for example. But it would have been a lot more helpful if I if I still had my account. I mean,
sure,
yeah, because it was a lot more people, and I mean, and most people were asking me, they're like, "How'd you get so many followers?" And it was mainly just I was posting like what I want. I was just having fun with it.
Yeah.
When I started posting like the spoilers, that I was really the only spoiler account out at that moment. So a lot of people would follow me and they'd be like, "Oh, can we know more?" And I would just like get this information from Spoiling Dead. That was like a website they had for a while, and it was fun. I love spoilers, but then I started to realize it was kind of ruining for me. Like I love the show, don't get me wrong, but I knew what was gonna happen, so I started just like I sent an announcement on my old account being like, "Hey, I'm probably not gonna do spoilers anymore, but there are other accounts with spoilers, so if you want to enjoy spoilers, you can just follow them and stuff." But yeah, I think I love the spoilers, but I think I just want to for the final season, I just want to enjoy it,
Yeah, that's cool. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey. I think I used to look up heaps of theories and stuff on YouTube, and I would try and avoid spoilers, but I wasn't completely opposed to it. And before the season 7 finale, I watched a video that was like a leaked script, and I figured it was just fake, something someone had made up, but it was legit the exact script, and so I got the whole Glenn and Abe thing spoiled, and the Carl's arm, and every beat of the episode. And so when it actually started airing, I was like, "Oh no, this is like the video I watched." That happened.
Wait,
exactly.
It had
the same.
every line perfect.
No, they didn't go into every line because they just shortened it for the video. But he went through sort of each plot point and Rick and Negan getting into the RV and how it all played out. So I was so upset because I was like, I've just ruined this whole thing. Not that I ruined it, but it kind of takes away from the surprise and the suspense and all that.
Right, and that's that. I mean, it was fun, but I do like I got spoiled for Glenn Abraham too. I didn't know what spoilers were at the time, but
yeah.
my friend, back when a lot of my friends in school were really big on Walking Dead, this guy was going around school. He wasn't even my friend, but he was going around yelling Glenn Abraham died, Glenn Abraham died. I was like, dude, I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so I kind of knew, but
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Have there been any other major moments you've had spoiled? Well, I guess being into spoilers for a while, you would have seen quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I started the spoilers around season 9, but before that, I got spoiled for Sasha because someone was like, Sasha dies, and I was like, no way. And then they also said I got spoiled for Carl. Someone commented on YouTube video. I didn't believe them, and they died. I got spoiled for Gregory's death in season 9.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, but for the most part, before that, season 6 and stuff, when Carl lost his eye and when Sam and Jesse and Ron got all eaten, I didn't see that coming. I was
yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely.
I was watching Major Dotson. He plays Sam. I was watching his live, and he was answering questions. I was on there for a while. I was asking questions. He's pretty chill. I really like this, the actor. Yeah. But I was gonna ask, have you ever been to the Walker Stalker conventions, the Walking Dead conventions?
No, I haven't. I was so close. I really want to. I was so close to actually booking a ticket to come to Atlanta in October of
Mhm.
last year. This is before the pandemic broke out, and so I was like, I
Yeah.
was this close to booking plane tickets and everything to come, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, it's a bit expensive, and I sort of held off on it. And then the pandemic and everything happened. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't didn't book
Uh,
that. Yeah, so
yeah, no,
I
I'm
would
sure
love to, but I
they're gonna come
haven't.
back.
No.
Yeah, no, it's always fun. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come back after the pandemic. They
Hmm,
just gotta wait a while and stuff. But
sure. How about
yeah, no,
yourself? Have you been to one or a few of them?
I've been to two of them. So
Okay.
I went back in. It was a couple years ago. I went to the first one in Philly,
Mm.
and I met Scott. What was his name? Scott Wilson, who played
Oh, nice.
Herschel.
Yeah.
I know before he died, and I was sad that he died.
Yeah.
But I met Chandler Riggs, Carl. He
Awesome.
was I really liked him too. And then I met Josh McDermott, who plays Eugene.
Yeah, he's so cool in real life, hey?
Yeah, yeah, they're all really really nice. And I just the atmosphere of you getting there. I was just wondering if you went because it's
Mm.
such a fun experience going and then I went one last time before the pandemic. It was Ohio, and I met I'm gonna like sum it all down quickly because I
Sure.
met I had a lot of money because I had a job. I met
Cool.
Henry himself. I
Nice.
met Lydia,
Awesome.
Lori, Beta, Dwight, and Enid.
Ah, sweet. Yeah.
And yeah, no, and I always I remember I was more open. Like the first time I went, I was kind of shy. I didn't really was kind of scared to talk to them. But
Yeah.
it's always fun, and I really want like a couple of my friends gone to Walking Dead. I'm like, my friend Seth, I'm like, you got to come to Walk Soccer when the pandemic's over. And all the people there are so nice, even the fans, and it's just such a good experience. And that's why I was asking if you went because
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
No, I'd really love to. If either they come back to Australia again or something happens where we're allowed to travel overseas again, then I'd definitely like to sort of if they do a big one for the last season or something like that. But I guess yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. I do like though that they've
Right.
been doing the virtual conventions because that
Oh
really
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
opens
Those
it
are
up
really
for
cool.
everyone. Hey,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's yeah, I've seen those. I was thinking about doing one, but I was like, I should probably wait.
Yeah. So I did get a chance to talk to Cassidy for the last one a few months ago, Lydia.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
that. How was that?
That was just amazing. Hey, like I so wanted to do more. I mean, I wanted to talk to everyone obviously, but it was this sort of thing where it's like, oh, it's a bit of money. Okay, let's just pick one person and she was the only one from like my
Right.
top 10 characters, so I was like, okay, let's go with that.
Were you able to record it, or was it not recorded?
Well, so funny story. I was like, because I queued it up earlier, I like opened the link a few hours early and just left it in the background on my computer. So then I was first in the queue when it actually started. Um,
Hmm.
and and so because I was first in, we got to talk for like 7 minutes or something. It was only supposed to be 2 minutes, so that was pretty cool. But the recording
Uh,
screwed up, so the recording didn't
oh
actually work.
no,
But then I
no.
emailed the convention and sort of let them know and wanted to see if they could restore it or something like that, because usually they send it to you. And they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we'll have a go, but in case it doesn't work, here's a ticket to talk to her again tomorrow night." So I got to talk to her again the next night. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
that it didn't
Dang.
end up working anyway, the recording, but it was like, oh well, I got my money's worth anyway. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's all about the money's worth, but yeah, no, oh my gosh, she was really nice. I really liked her.
yeah, nah, just yeah, really nice person. Always yeah, kind to the fans and everything. So
Right. I meant to another question I meant to ask you
yeah.
was what kind of like if you had to pick like because I'm really I don't know about anyone else, but I'm really big into like mainly shows, but shows and movies. Like now I've
Yeah.
gotten more since the pandemic. I've been watching a lot more stuff. Do you have any particular shows that you love that you would like that you could recommend?
Oh, so obviously outside of Walking Dead, like with Walking Dead, I'll get to the end
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, let's start again, and I'll just keep watching.
Right.
Lost in Space, the new Netflix one, I really like that. I was a fan of the
Oh, okay.
original show as well, so that's a good one. Obviously like Breaking Bad's great.
I love
Stranger
Breaking Bad. That's
Things,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
they're sort of the main ones. I'm not massive into TV shows. I don't go and watch everything that comes out. I only really watch a
Right,
few,
right.
but those would probably be the main ones off the top of my head.
Ah, nice. So you mainly just do like what do you do? Like what are your hobbies?
Yeah, so for work, I'm a full-time video producer. So I've studied film and I'm sort of into that stuff to some extent, but I mostly do weddings and ads and things like that.
Okay.
So so yeah, that's like the main thing I do with my time, and then I would say this, just like the Walking Dead podcast stuff and all that. That's
Mhm.
like my main hobby. So when I've got a bit
Oh,
of
nice.
spare time, usually I'll put it into that, or like I've got a project I'm working on at the moment, breaking down the music of Walking Dead. So just sort of things like that on the side. That's like the main sort of hobby, I suppose, that I do.
Right, right. Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. I really do like having these like well, no, I mean you could call it podcast, but
Mm.
for me it's like I just like having these talks and just talking with fans about the show. I just it's just such a big passionate thing for me, and I just love talking about every minute of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, and I really
Yeah.
like the post that you put out. Like, there's just so much variety and all different stuff. So
Yeah, I try and see what other people like, and I just think off the top of my head like, oh, what should I do this time, and just it's all random stuff, but yeah.
yeah. Oh, cool.
No, it's yeah, I like it a lot. It's cool.
That's awesome. Hey. Yeah, and just
Yeah.
to be able to, I think it's just so amazing that you can connect with so many people over the internet now. Hey, like because
It's
I've only got
awesome.
a
I
couple friends in real life, hey, who are really into it. I don't know about yourself, but this
Oh
just
yeah, me
opens up
too.
the doors to there's so many other people who love the same thing as well.
Exactly. Right, right. It's just like a lot of people, my friend, not friends, but like maybe some like acquaintances are into like football, sports. Now I'm kind of just into like the nerdy stuff.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome. Hey. Yeah. So
Yeah.
aside from what I do have a life outside of Walking Dead as well. I'm into rock climbing and do lots of stuff at church and all that as well. So there's
Oh, nice.
plenty going on, but definitely Walking Dead takes a
Yeah.
big chunk of it.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you in school or you graduated college?
No, just working full time now. So yeah, it's been maybe 5 or 6 years now since I finished at TAFE, which I think like is similar to college in America. I'm not sure if it's exactly the
Oh,
same,
okay.
but yeah. So I haven't
Yeah.
done university, but just sort of yeah, went straight from year 10 of school into TAFE and then straight into work from there. So yeah. So how about
Was taped
yourself?
like a high school? Oh, oh,
Sorry. Yeah.
no, no, you're good.
It's
No, no.
like I don't know, to be honest. It's not school, but it's not quite university either. It's like in between.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, I'm currently a senior in high school, so my final year of high school, and I'm trying to get into like there's a couple like 4-year colleges I want to get to if like next year if like the COVID like thing like kind of goes down. If not, I'll probably do like a couple years of community college, which is like a lot cheaper, and then maybe transfer to like like regular college. But I guess we'll just have to see how it all works out, and
Yeah.
like with COVID everything. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that obviously
Yeah.
changes a lot. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to like, you know, just expand my variety and definitely want to go to school and see what I can do. Like I'm kind of into like writing and stuff. Like I do like
Okay.
Wattpad stories. I write like, books and stuff like that. Not books, but
Yeah.
like maybe like I want to get into writing. Like I don't know why. I get like joy out of doing it and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't actually read it yet, but I saw you just put out like a what if sort of thing for if Carl got picked. Hey,
Right.
so I've got that saved. I've got it up on my computer, but I haven't actually read it yet. So I'll do that after this. I'm keen.
That's cool. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it. I've done a couple of other ones. They were posted on my other account, but I did like if Lydia and Carl were together in the show. If
Okay.
I did like Terminus backstory, how Gareth and them became who they are, and it's
Mm.
different stuff like that. I just like writing like different possibilities of how things could have worked out differently.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me feel like I'm the director in a way. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Oh, that's really cool. Love it. Hey.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fun.
awesome.
Um.
What time is it?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
what were you saying?
it's 12:15 in the afternoon. Yeah. How about yourself? It's pretty late
Oh,
for
in the
you, hey?
afternoon. Yeah, that's all. Mine's like I think it's like 11 something, like in the night. But
Yeah.
that's crazy. I thought you were. I forgot we were on different time zones.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's pretty much. It's almost like it depends where you are in America, but in some places it's like the exact opposite. So if it's middle of the night for you guys, it'll be middle of the day here, and it's pretty much the
Yeah, yeah,
opposite
that's
side of
crazy.
the world. Hey.
That's crazy. Oh my god. Dang.
Nuts. Which whenever we're hooking up interviews or things like that, it's always like, okay, are we doing either early morning or late night? But yeah, no, it
Yeah.
works out well.
Yeah, yeah, that seems cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I've got to say as well, I think you only did a couple of videos of it, but on your other account you did a few videos doing like impressions. And everyone pointed out
Uh,
you sound exactly like Chandler Reeks when you do the Carl voice. So
do I really?
I found that so funny, like listening to it. I was like, if you close your eyes, it sounds exactly like Carl.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Some people were like, they were like, "No, you don't sound like him," but then other people were like, "Oh no, you kind of do." And I was trying to make my voice. I was listening to the video over and over, and I was like, "All right, I can do this." And I somehow got it, and then I don't know. It's just we have the same tone of voice, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. But no, that was funny.
Yeah.
If you had to try like now without the practice, could you give it a go?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me think of a. I'm gonna
On the
use
spot.
All right. I'm gonna use one of the famous lines. It's kind of short, but all right. This is from season 6, episode 8, when he was talking to Ron.
Cool. Yeah.
He was like, let me. This might be really bad.
No, that's all right. No judgment.
Right. He was like, look, man, I get it. My dad killed your dad, but you need to know something. Your dad was an asshole. That's
Not bad. Not
that,
bad.
I tried. Yeah, I was trying to think of the video, like how he said.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. I think it's you find people like if you've it just depends for like certain words or certain tones or whatever, but there'll be people who like if you do a certain thing, oh, that sounds exactly like this person. So I don't know. That's funny.
Could are you able to do an impression, or are you not?
Oh, like maybe Negan. I don't know.
Negan?
Let's try. Um,
Uh,
little pig, let me in. Something like that.
that's awesome. That's spot on.
Okay.
Oh my god. That
Yeah.
sounded just, and you had the deep voice too.
Yeah, I can go deep if I need to. That's probably the only thing I'm good at.
Wow. Yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. There we go. Hidden talents, mate.
Right, right. Dude, I love Negan.
Yeah, no, classic. Hey. All right. Well,
Yeah, no.
looking, we might wrap this up in about 10 minutes if that's all right. But I'm
Yeah,
curious to
yeah,
hear your
that's fine.
thoughts and what you're looking forward to in like the next 6 episodes based on the information we've got so far. Is there like one episode you're particularly excited for?
I think a lot of people are excited for the the Negan flashback. Here's Negan.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely excited to see how they do that. I read the comic on that, but I want to see like how it came together as one, how he became who he is. I'm really interested in. I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but with Gabriel and Aaron and that the one guy, he's counting down. He's like,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. He has the gun to his head. That looks scary. I don't know.
Yeah, and they've got Robert Patrick, from like Terminator and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Isn't he like a famous actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, they do have famous people come on the show, but yeah, it kind of
Right.
seems interesting that they're getting him in just for this one episode. So yeah, very keen to see where they go with it.
Yeah. I'm excited. I could see I really hope maybe at least Gabriel dies. If he doesn't, that's fun too. But that's a perfect way. And I don't know if you heard, it's kind of a spoiler, but not really. But I heard like some whispers might be involved in these Tennessee.
Interesting.
Yeah, so maybe the death will happen. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Part of me thinks that in one of the stills they released, there was like a whisper in the background, but I can't remember, to be honest. I might be thinking of something else.
Yeah, it could have been like a whisper or maybe a walker. It looked a little of both.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
But
I mean,
that'd be interesting. Hey, like just to have remnants similar to in 10:15 when Daryl and Judith come across just that one whisperer who's kind of gone rogue after Beta's gone nuts.
And she was like, she was like, he's gone crazy. Beta's gone insane.
Exactly.
And they kind of like hyped up like the storyline for finale when he came, and he was like, they were all talking to him. He was like hallucinating, and Beta was like, begin, and then they just walk into the tower.
Yeah.
That was a good episode though. I really did like it, regardless of the least amount of deaths. I loved how they walked through with the guts, how that one whisper stabbed Beatrice in the leg. It was scary. Like when that one whisper tried to stab Beatrice, Carol came out, got her with a knife, and then she died anyway. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I just love, like, I'm so glad they did something along those lines while we had the whispers in the storyline, because that was something, you know, I'd heard people talk about and was really hoping they'd do something kind of similar to No Way Out in season 6, where, you know, all the walkers are in Alexandria. But it was kind of the idea of, imagine if you're in that scenario walking through, but there were whisperers in there as well, and they could open the doors or, you know, stab you with a knife in the middle of the horde. Like, that's just such a crazy idea.
And that's why I liked it, because by this moment, all of them are pretty skilled. They know how to, like, keep quiet, walk slowly, you know, blend in with the horde with the guts. But the only problem is they got people that look like the dead that are trying to kill them within the horde.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And you can't really fight because you'll draw attention to yourself, and then the whole horde will turn on you. So you've got to, like, be subtle enough, but still, like, try and protect yourself.
That's why I was pretty glad Diane and like them were at the top of the tower, like, you know, shooting the whispers that were, because when Magna was about to get killed, she kind of just stood there, because if you fight back, you're basically dead. Like the walkers will eat you. Like, that's why it was so scary, and that's why it was so, like, on the edge of your seat.
Absolutely.
So I really liked it. Yeah, no, it was that was perfect.
Yeah, no, just really cool. Hey, but like you were saying, you know, with Negan versus Beta and stuff like that, like, I would probably put that episode in my top 5. I think, I did that with Dominic. We were going through some favorite episodes, and I really love the finale, but in the same strength, like, there's so much more that could have been done. It could have easily been an extended hour-long episode or something, just to make the best of it all.
Yeah, for sure. And I just don't. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Norman Reedus's idea for how Beta's death happened. How there be, like, he basically cut the idea of Negan and Beta fighting. He wanted just like a full-on, like, you know, knife to the eye. But Jeffrey D. Morgan was kind of like, nah, I kind of wanted a brawl. But Norman was like, no, let's just cut that idea and just, you know, kill Beta. And I love Norman, but not a very good idea.
Yeah, I agree. He does steal the spotlight a little bit here and there. Hey, just like, obviously we love him, we love Daryl and everything, but there's just a few points where it's like, oh, it would have been great for another character to have that moment, but that's all right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but hey, there we go. So yeah, lots to look forward to, and yeah, very excited, obviously, just to see what happens. We've got a pretty good idea of the next 6 episodes, but then after that, it's completely up in the air, like, as to what season 11 is going to look like. Hey, we've got obviously the Commonwealth, which we know is going to be in there, but we don't know exactly if it'll play out the same way as the comics or if they'll change it. So yeah,
it could. They'll definitely, for the final season, they got to go all out, you know.
Definitely. Well, I've heard, let me know your thoughts, because you've actually read it. I've heard that people aren't a big fan of the Commonwealth storyline in the comics just because it's kind of a bit boring and doesn't really get that interesting.
Yeah, I think what they're gonna do is they're either gonna throw the CRM in the middle of it and kind of like they definitely need a new threat. The only like problem with the Commonwealth in the comics was because the threat was more within the walls, but they weren't trying to kill people. It was the guards. Like it was the guards and Sebastian, and they were kind of just like maybe walkers too, but it was kind of just a lot of inside the walls kind of like problems. They were like, oh, you can't treat people like that, and the guards kind of they kind of had a rebellion within the Commonwealth. Like they were kind of like the pedestrians were upset with the way the guards were treating like the citizens. So they kind of it was a rebellion. Some walkers kind of made their way through the gates, and Maggie had to like lead them away. But though, I understand why they thought it was a bit boring. I think they're gonna definitely make it a bit more interesting for the show because they kind of dragged out that story a bit, and they kind of just like it was a lot of talking, not as much conflict as I wish there'd be.
Okay.
But
now obviously
it was
trust the the showrunners and the writers to come up with something good, but that like not that I'm worried it'll happen because I know they'll do it well, but that would be my main fear is that like for the final season of The Walking Dead is this epic show about zombies and being out on the road surviving, is that then the final season they're just like having these sort of domestic disputes in a town fighting with the guards. It's like, it doesn't sound that good, but they can do it, I'm sure.
They got to do something with it.
Yeah. And I really hope they bring Rick back as well. Like, are you hoping for that?
Yeah. I think what they're definitely, I hope I'm right, but I think they're going to wait till like maybe the final few or the final episode.
Yeah.
He's going to come back. He's going to make a cameo. They're going to, because he's been filming other movies. So everyone's been saying, bring Rick back, bring Rick back. I think he will make a cameo. Maybe when the world goes back to normal, because in the comics it like goes back to normal.
Right. Okay.
So maybe he could show up, be like, hey, what I miss, and then that's how they end it. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe with Michonne by his side.
Yeah, they've got to just like rock up and save the day at the last moment. I don't know. Hey, so many possibilities for where they could go with it, but yeah.
Honestly, and that's where all my theories come from. I keep thinking like, oh, Alden's gonna be Dante's comic replacement with Maggie. Like they'll get together.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Like Alden, he needs love after, but that'd be kind of awkward considering he dated Enid, and Enid is kind of like a daughter to Maggie.
That'd be a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
I guess because she was away for that, so I guess like he could just not say anything, and she would never know.
Yeah, maybe he just like for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, who knows? But yeah, all right. Excited for what's gonna happen at least.
Right.
But yeah, I think we should wrap it up. There been about an hour, but hey, thanks so much for joining. Hey, for doing this. Is just really fun to chat with you.
Thanks for having me. I've been wanting to talk on here. I saw Dominic on here like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hey, this looks like so much fun. So
no, totally.
Yeah,
we'll definitely have to make it happen
again. We can do it again. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know if like Instagram allows like, is it just 2 people that can be on the line?
Yeah, it's annoying. I wish there like you could do a few, but only 2 on Instagram at the moment. But yeah, we might even be able to like just on Zoom or something like that, just sort of bring Dominic in as well and do one all together. And
then we
can just publish it on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
no, that'd be fun. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed talking.
Cool. No, well, I really appreciate it, and looking forward to doing it again.